Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good evening, Eastern Iowa. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Danny Cassidy. It was quite the gorgeous day today. Winds, yeah, a little bit of a nuisance, but otherwise really can't complain, especially for early April, where we're only supposed to be in the upper 50s, low 60s, and we were in the upper 70s and low 80s. The winds, they will slow down a little bit for us tonight, right around kind of 10 to 15 for much of the night, and then a cold front. Well, it's a cold front kind of in theory or by definition, but really it's just going to be a front that's just going to shift the winds. We'll see it shift from the southwest to the north, and that will pick up a little bit tomorrow, but should be a little less windy tomorrow than it was today, right around 10 to 15. And temperatures are not going to be affected by this. In fact, some areas might actually be warmer tomorrow than they were today. Overall tonight, really mild conditions, a normal low of around 37, and we're going to be in the low to mid 50s. Mostly clear skies with that southwest wind. And again, because of that front moving through, we don't have any moisture, so no rain's expected. And as I mentioned, temperatures are staying on the warm side, upper 70s and low 80s across the board. Overall, a beautiful day, so if you can get outside and enjoy it, I'd highly recommend. Now let's jump ahead to Monday. Monday for us, we're going to be dry for about 95, maybe 100% of the day, but there is a chance that the system out west could develop and give us a little bit of a hint of rain Monday night. But the big story here is kind of what I want to show you is it's an impactful system. This stretches all the way into parts of Texas and a level 3 risk there off to our southwest, level 2 risk for much of the Great Plains. And again, for us, not really going to make much of an impact until maybe late Monday night. You see these far southwestern portions of our viewing area. So you see kind of Grundy County, Tama County, Iowa County, all of Keokuk, and a little bit of Washington County could be impacted by it. But I think if we do see anything Monday night, it's going to be a lot of heavy rain and maybe some hail. That's kind of the main threat just because it's overnight, doesn't really have the energy. Tuesday, however, as that low moves farther east, that's where we could see some strong to severe storms. So we do have an alert day for that. And regardless of whether we see severe storms or not, winds are going to be strong. This is a very impactful system. We could see gusts 45, maybe a little bit more than 45 miles per hour impacted by all of eastern Iowa potentially. And speaking of which, all of eastern Iowa is under a level 2 risk. As we've been talking about, usually it's pretty rare for the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center, to issue outlooks more than 3 days out. This has been out for 6 days now, and it's basically stayed in the same spot, kind of in this midsection of the country. So the big thing here is going to be the warm front. This is going to be the front that's going to trigger those showers and storms. But the big question with this is, when does it move through? If it moves through later in the day, like maybe nighttime, maybe the ingredients won't be there for severe weather. If it moves in earlier, it's a little bit faster. Again, is it going to be warm enough? So there's a lot of question marks here, but the story is we could see severe weather, and if we do, we could see all three of maybe a few tornadoes, damaging wind gusts, and large hail. But it's going to be one of those systems where we're going to have to wait and see, I think, what happens Monday, and then once we see Monday unfold, we'll get a much better idea what happens Tuesday. But I still want you guys to be prepared on Tuesday if we do see anything. If we were to see stuff on Tuesday, it would be Tuesday afternoon and evening would be the best chance of severe weather. The good news with this is no matter what happens, we're going to see showers and storms. The big question is going to be whether it turns severe or not. All right, enough of my yapping. Let's get on with Future Track. Monday, it's going to be really sunny, really nice day, and we're really not going to see anything until maybe midnight Monday night into early Tuesday, and that's where we could see, you saw that level 1 risk. That's where maybe as this warm front or out ahead of the warm front, you're seeing these darker greens and yellows indicating maybe heavier rain. We could see some elevated hail risk. Then that continues to move, and I always talk about this. Future Track more than a few days out. Again, you're seeing this widespread green. That just means there's a chance of rain during that time, but you see it's a little bit lighter, indicating a lesser chance. This is where this is going to be the big question mark. We're going to sit at home and say, okay, if we see clouds start to clear, if we see maybe enough moisture, if things kind of energize a little bit and we see kind of some clearing during the middle of the day, then that could ramp up storm activity during the afternoon and evening and potentially turn them strong and severe as that warm front moves through. If we continuously see showers and storms and don't see that break in the clouds, then they'll probably just be regular showers and storms. It's that sunshine that peeks through is going to be the key factor here as we head through the day. But you can see kind of ahead of this warm front, you see that shower and storm activity, maybe seeing some of that severe weather, and of course all three risks possible. Then you see the low kind of centered right here. That low moves through overnight. Not expected to see anything severe during Wednesday. We'll see some regular showers, maybe a few isolated storms, but not expecting anything too crazy. And then we'll see that clear out Wednesday night. And then you're seeing a little bit on the backside here for Thursday. Not expecting much out of that, maybe some very light rain. But the good news is, as I mentioned, we're expected to see rain no matter what. And this just updated about an hour ago, so about 5:30 when I recorded this at 6:30. they've upped the rainfall totals. The Weather Prediction Center did 1 inch to 2 inches potentially with this system. Again, it's going to be very strong, very potent, but no matter what, excuse me, we should see a lot of moisture with this. So with that being said, your city-by-city forecast for Waterloo, Dubuque, Cedar Rapids, and Iowa City. Again, gorgeous days, Sunday and Monday. Tuesday storms looking very likely, just that question of whether they turn severe. Winds are going to be another factor even after that system moves out. So we'll see gusts, again, maybe up to 45 miles per hour, sustained winds around 15 to 25. Wednesday, after that low moves through, they'll switch to the northwest and be pretty strong as well Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, they stay on the stronger side, but things kind of taper off with rain. It's going to be a little bit cooler, but not too bad, especially for April. And then otherwise, the following weekend, not as warm, but not too bad either, with temperatures in the 50s and maybe close to 60 on Sunday.